I'm on the way to pick my daughter up. I'm just flooded with the entanglement of it all. So right before I left just now, I was watching this guy had a YouTube channel, an ex-Amish out of Pennsylvania, or I think it was out of Ohio. I think the same general area of the documentary I watched, and supposedly there's a big movement now of Amish and Mennonites coming out, about their abuse. And it doesn't surprise me. I just couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, that's really funny how, it's just funny. How I've always held the Amish and Mennonites in high regard just because of the way they live. But it was because of this healing I'm doing, I was like, for some reason, I don't know, the Amish and Mennonites were on my fucking head. And, when I woke up this morning and I watched that documentary and it made sense, and I was like, yeah, they're just perpetuating a program. That's all they're doing, Yeah, it might seem on the outside, it seems all rosy and good, but I told you that, you can tell, they're addicted to, the niceties of this life, their family, having all that niceties and comfortableness that they're just fortunate to have, that they're showing the outside world, but then they got all this trauma and abuse on the back end. So that's what I'm saying. You guys, this is deep, guys. This is very deep. And that's why nobody wants anybody to talk about like I am. Nobody wants you to go all the way back to birth and expose these hucksters. These religions are nothing but hucksterism. It's bullshitism 101. These governments, it's not just the religions, guys. It's the governments. It's the institutions. It's the what is it called? It's everything. It's literally everything. Any kind of group. And that's what I'm trying to say. It's this simple. It comes down human to human interaction. You can't just prop yourself up in this group called Mennonite and Amish and hold the Bible in front of you and hold all these 30 kids that you're breeding and be like, you can't touch us. No, that shit's what's getting ready to happen? I have a feeling now with this shit coming out, government's getting ready to crack down on their asses. Because they're losing out on a lot of fucking money on them. All that real estate they own, all that tax-free shit they're running around doing. Having all them kids. Playing the game. You know what I mean? They're playing the game. They figured out a way. This is what I'm trying to say, guys. They figured out a way where comfortably they can keep their generational wealth. And what they did was they figured out, okay, we got to scare the ones below us as they grow up. We'll have multitudes of little soldiers. We'll scare them all into our religion. We'll build their whole lives with all this comfortableness and scare them about the outside world. Then at a certain young, impressionable age, we'll send them out into the world raw. They'll see that it doesn't work. They'll come back. And that's what they did. And then they scare you with this generational curse. With this, and then these people, these fuckers are abusing all their wives and all their kids. It's disgusting. It's absolutely horrendous. And it's everywhere. That's what I'm saying. It's everywhere. And that's why it's so important for people to heal, because people are coming out from everywhere. All the groups are getting exposed. Any group you guys belong to is getting exposed. It's all coming out for groupthink. This is what I'm trying to say, is that everything's coming out. Everything. Nothing's hidden. It's all coming out. So you might as well start your healing now and get ahead of the curve. We all have skeleton. It's all coming out. Because it's necessary to heal. And healing is necessary for your humanity. Stop the madness. Stop the insanity. Stop these games. Stop these narratives. Stop this bullshit. Stop the programming. Stop the mindless following along and the useful, being just a useful fucking idiot. Using whatever it is in this life that keeps you in your useful idiot category that makes you feel so good about yourself. Get rid of that shit. Those walls are crumbling. The energies are changing. There's no room for that shit no more. It's time to heal, guys. It's coming. It's coming. I'm telling you, it's coming. That was the last group of people that I was really holding on to that maybe had some kind of... But no, I didn't even have to hear about the abuse that's coming out now. I just watched the documentary, and the documentary in no way slandered these people, but it did with somebody that went in there with a critical mind and wasn't idol worshiping and wasn't cult worshiping and wasn't any of that worshiping, just going in there with a critical mind and thinking, wow, okay, they're doing this for generation after generation, and they're scaring each other, and they're sitting there telling you. The guy asked them, he said, what's your thing that you're most scared of? They said, fucking individuality. You cannot do that. You have to groupthink. But they're being honest about it. But hopefully, that sparks in their heads, because these are good people, man. On the most part, I think these are good people that are just scared by their religion, dogma. Scared by their traditional dogma, their traditions. It scares the fuck out of them. And you could see it in that interview, like in that documentary. I'm just like, man, these people, on the outside, that is really nice. But think about it. If that's all you have, you're just growing up with your cousins and growing up with family, you're just growing crops and just paying your taxes and just doing everything you can to avoid war, and you're just having 30 of you because you're not enough. You can't end it, so you have to have 20 of you and bring 20 of you into this world. They're going to pay for that. These cocksuckers are going to pay for that. They're because they're walking around with their chests out, walking around with their Bible and their Jesus and their religion out and their traditions out, like that's going to save them, save their soul. No, they're an individual. We're individuals, guys. We're responsible for our own souls. You can't sit there. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, they're sitting there looking at abuse when you're in these systems because you're told that that system is there to save you. That, yeah, maybe shit sucks, but you just got to deal with it and go on. And it's not right, guys. That's not right. That's not how it is. That's how abuse is. That's how the go along to get along. It doesn't matter what society you grow up in. You can always find that excuse. No, true humanity doesn't let others suffer. There's no room for that. And there probably are cultures. I'm just saying, like a bigger, wider culture, because the Amish and the Mennonites are all over the place. They're all over the world, I think. You know? So it's just like, that's a big culture, and I just was holding out for it. But I'm letting you know, I'm letting those hopes for humanity go, because that hope is all bullshit. It is what it is what I'm trying to say. I'm breaking my hope. I'm breaking that, and I'm at a very weak state where people are like, oh, dude, you shouldn't do that because you're just gonna lose it. What am I losing? The ties to this world, other people's stories that enchain my mind, that when I get a brain injury and I can't follow along with those stories, that I might as well just not be here anymore? What about the millions and billions of other people that get brain injuries that can't deal? What about this shift in energies that's happened right now that's crumbling all of these stories? There's a shift in energy coming, guys. It's a swell. It's a fucking tsunami of energy coming that's crushing all. And you know how it's happening? Each individual person standing up and healing, doing their healing, and that's it. Simple as that. Do your healing. Start your healing. Quit holding up these falsities, these false idols in front of you. Quit putting things in between you and your own salvation, you and Christ, you and the inner Christ, the Christos. Pick up your cross, bear your cross. Your cross is not being a Republican or Democrat or a fucking Protestant or Catholic. That's a stupid cross to bear. That's how millions and billions of people in this world have died. For nothing. Pick up your cross, your specialty. Tell your story with no filters, no lenses. It's needed. That's where the healing's at, guys. It's that simple. You gotta tell your story, or at least heal. Just heal. That's it. Heal.